Talofa, what is going on, world? Welcome into BUDAH's Lounge, part of Everyday People Pacifica chapter. This show is brought to you by The Plug, the best alternatives to mainstream supplements. You can locate them at Valley Fair Mall and Southtown Mall. They got two stores now. You know, Valley Fair used to have just a kiosk.
Yeah.
Right? Now they got a store.
That's
Have
awesome.
you been in the new store?
No, I've been to the kiosk, but not the new one yet.
Good. Me and Cindy have been there for a couple of hours. We've been putting up stuff over there. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate you. Home of the first and only legal pre-rolls in Utah. They are also a proud sponsor of my man to the right here, the Devotion Championship Wrestling. Also brought to you by Salt Lake City Mitsubishi, 3734 South State Street. Don't forget, this Friday is Black Friday, and they're going to be having lots of fun over there. And you can sign up to get your medical card at the lowest price possible while you're out there. My guest today is... also Thanksgiving. I'm grateful to have my buddy here answer my call and come whenever I ask him to come in. But my guest is no stranger to you all. Y'all should know him. Manny Lemons, a wrestling prodigy, a wrestling product out of Salt Lake City, West Valley, Utah. Built his own wrestling outfit, is now getting guest appearances on the big leagues. He's helping farm the new next generation of wrestlers. You're doing it all. I want to say that you are the Utah Vince McMahon. Can I say that? Sorry, Vince, please don't come after me. Please?
Maybe it's Utah Triple H now.
Okay, Utah Triple H. I like that better.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's like you said, it's like we built something truly special, and it's off to the races. The industry's on fire, and we're just going to take it to the next level.
There were always two fans. There was always the fan that loved all the storylines, that bought all the merch, and then you got these other fans that would show up because they thought it was a fake, it thought it was a lie. And then I say to you, try getting body slammed. Yeah, let's see how a lie is that feel.
We've done that a few times.
Oh, please stop. Please stop. I can't believe y'all body slam me like that. These guys didn't even take it easy on me. They gave me the real thing.
He still talks about it to this day. I think every time he sees you.
Who's that guy?
Josh Glade. Yeah. Every time he sees you, he says, I slam BUDAH.
I'm the one that body slammed Big BUDAH. Thanks, Josh.
It was
Appreciate
2019.
you.
We're 2026.
Wow,
now.
why you got to bring up the date and everything, man? It was around this time of year, too?
Yep.
Gosh. Now, we have a long history, my brother and I, and I'm proud to say that, your hustle, your resilience, your belief in your own vision has brought you to where you are. So I want to do a couple of things. Y'all, we've had Manny on before many, many times. First off, I want to take you all the way back to where you just came from as a fan, right? You just came from SmackDown, right? If you wouldn't mind, tell me what it's like to be a fan. Is it still as fun to be there, to be with the wrestlers in their face? I mean, why is wrestling still so popular?
It's all about the storytelling, man. The stories right now are so freaking hot, especially when we just ended this era with the Bloodline and Roman Reigns and where they're just at the top of the game. But just being there and being in the arena, I've been hired by WWE every time they come around to this area as an enhancement talent. So I go and work the shows, whatever they need. It's kind of I'm an extra body for whatever whatever story, whatever role they have. But I'm still a fan at heart. So there's times, when John Cena was doing his heel turn and I'm out there in the arena, I wanted to be there and feel the electricity because charisma is king, and that dude is just full of charisma.
Man, I love that. You said charisma. That brings you first, right? It's whatever the storyline there is. They're talking about how much creativity or how much artistic license is allowed in the script.
I'd say it's pretty much, right now in the world, it's just they're getting a lot of creative freedom. So they're really kind of free to do whatever it does as long as it, coincides with the story wherever we're going. You look at the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, that was really him. For 5 years, he was the top of the world. And, before he was this big dog that wasn't working for him, they just let him be himself. And he became he's one of the biggest stars in the industry. I would consider him the new GOAT of professional wrestling. If I'm being honest. Oh, yeah. That dude's aura down. What? It's like
y'all heard it first. He said it right here, man. This guy throwing gauntlets down. What? That's almost like saying that old debate: who's better, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, right?
Yep.
You're planting your flag. You understand what you're doing?
I have to plant my flag because my boy Cena's retiring, and we have to have someone else take it over. So
okay.
But I do believe Cena's the GOAT. Cena's always mine growing up.
Yeah.
His charisma and the way he would talk, he made you to believe everything he was doing was real.
Well, I will tell you this. Along that same line of that thought process, this can't see me thing,
Yep.
It didn't resonate with me at first. but I took it as a kid who was like, I watch wrestling because those are my heroes, and I feel like they don't see me either. So that whole thing, I was like, dang, that's freaking genius, man.
That's what it is, man. Just walking into a room that that people know who you are and command the attention of the audience. Like that's a superpower when it comes to wrestling. Cena, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, those top guys now, CM Punk, all carry that aura, and that's what it takes to be an actual wrestling superstar in the world today.
When you become a superstar, it's always nice to have things that people can buy and take home with it. Merchandise, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard segue. I apologize. But that could sustain you. And the reason why I bring that is because if you're selling it, let's say you're not as a popular, let's say you're not a very popular wrestler in the WWE, right? But your design on your shirts, your fan, your fan, you're telling them, that could be enough to give you the money that you're looking for. If you're not looking for the fame, if you're not looking for the clout, right?
Yep.
Your merchandise and your sales skills, that could be enough for you if you land at that level.
1,000%.
Okay.
I always say that. I mean, even with my school, I harp on all my guys. You guys need to get merch because you can't be really, from the industry we're in, you can't really be money driven. You got to be business driven, motivated driven, community driven. So therefore, you got to think to yourself, how can I make money doing this? Because a lot of the stuff we do in the community is volunteer time, right?
Yeah.
So, but me bringing my merchandise, bringing my shirts, the fans always want to take something home with them every single time. So like you have to have a variety of merchandise on your table ranging from $1 to $30 t-shirts. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, some people don't want to buy the $30 t-shirt. They just want to take home Manny Lemons lemonade for $10. You know what I mean? And that's, with my performance, I always tell people the commercial is your performance in the ring.
Yeah.
And after you perform in the ring and you can make them believe everything you're doing, you go right to that merch table and sell. And it's funny when people will always like, oh, I don't sell anything. It's like, well, then you probably didn't do really well in the ring. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not a dig at anyone.
There is a correlation is what you're saying.
100%. Because it's like fans, you can't fake genuine, real connections. And fans know when you're faking it, And that's the problem with independent wrestling today is a lot of them don't know how to connect with an audience. And that's why a lot of them stay at that level is because of that. There's always looks, physiques, and all that stuff. But if you really are a brand and you're building this brand and people are attracting to the brand, then you're going to take off and you're going to show value to these bigger companies. It's like I think last time we were here, when I was wrestled for AEW.
Yeah.
That thing did marvelous wonders for me. You know what I mean? Being in the Maverick, selling out the Maverick Center. I sold out the Maverick Center. Yeah. Like that's the coolest accomplishment.
Oh, did you hear that? We helped sell out the Maverick Center. My buddy just did it.
My dog came through with that. But it was like that. And like, what did I do to get to that point? I utilized the community that I built to these guys believe in me. I could pull this off. I have a responsibility now to carry this to that next level and make it better than leave it better than I found it, So like having that opportunity to go to these things, to go to these events, there's always people that come up to me like, man, do you have any shirts? I'll go to the gym and people ask for shirts now, And like, it's the coolest thing ever. I'm blessed as heck, but that's it. It's taken this long. I'm coming up on 14 years, dog, in wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I started when I was 19. I'm 33 now and I don't feel old.
Wow.
33.
Just keep throwing shade over here, man. Gosh. 33?
Yeah.
You look great, man.
Appreciate that, brother.
You look like you're a Kush cube. There you go, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Okay, look, you said something interesting that caught my attention. You said students. You have a school?
Yes, sir. So we
tell me about it, bro. I didn't know that.
So Devotion Championship Wrestling is the actual wrestling promotion where we put on the shows and whatnot. So the Al Snow Wrestling Academy is the actual school that feeds into the promotion. So a lot of the stars you see on Devotion Championship Wrestling, they're all being trained under our tutelage at the Al Snow Wrestling Academy. And that thing, when I got into this, man, I just wanted to run wrestling shows just so my grandma could see me wrestle in Utah. Because I was traveling the circuit, there wasn't really companies in Utah. The one company I used to wrestle for didn't like me anymore. So I was like, well, if I'm going to do this.
They're no longer around. Anyway.
Not wrong.
Sorry, inside joke. We know them. Yeah.
But it was the community needed the change, and it really felt it. And it's like after our second show, when you have a bunch of people coming up to you and ask you to train them.
Sorry, let me tell you, only because. Do you remember the show that we did out in the streets? Do you remember? I want to say that was the pivotal moment because I felt the energy after that show. I saw all kinds of traffic happening with DCW, but again, if you looked at the ring when we had it outside, it was a rinky dink, whatever, and that wasn't the important thing. The important thing is that y'all showed up at 5:00 in the morning.
Yep.
You put a real ring out there so that the audience would be entertained. That's what I was trying to get at. You always seem to put the audience first when you're putting your shows together. Why is that important? So that the youngins can peep game.
That's the biggest thing in the world. Without the fans, we wouldn't exist. So you have to service that fan base. And obviously, when you get to the creative and stuff, there's obviously creative difference where half the fans like this, half the fans like that. So you kind of find a medium with it. But overall, if we can tell good stories, then we've done our job as professionals. Like you said, we were outside doing that segment in the middle of the cold, but like that was our objective and an opportunity for us to showcase, hey, look, we do have wrestling here in Utah, and if your dream is to be a professional wrestler, we can help. I mean, we talk about the school. I started the school 3-4 months after I started Devotion, and here today, man, it's like our school is named after Al Snow, which is one of the biggest wrestling legends on the planet. And the fact that we are now connected with, the WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW, anytime these companies come to the West Coast, they're hitting up Manny Lemons for Al Snow Wrestling Academy students. Yeah. And that gets cool to have that because it shows that my state power in the game allowed me to show my credibility. Yeah. So the credibility continues to grow because every day we're doing something different. Like yourself, we're always just building this thing, and it's brick by brick, and we're going to get there,
Talk about the part where there is a business, and so it's not enough to come with athletic ability. And even if it's not you as a wrestler, you got to have a team. How important is having a team to be successful?
Oh, 1,000%. No one's self-made, It's like when you talk about the athletes that come in. I'm a football guy. I came into wrestling thinking, this will be easy. This will be a cakewalk, And it was the hardest thing in the world that I ever learned to do. And so, like, just, having to learn, kind of humbling yourself and pulling back and actually studying the business and learn the business. Because like I paid $6,000 to go train out of Nightmare Factory, Cody Rhodes' school, when the pandemic hit. It allowed me an opportunity to go there and own my craft and start to create my knowledge and create my base and my networks in the wrestling business. Because like I always tell people all the time, people get in wrestling and they assume, well, I'm business smart, so I can make money and make this thing work. No, that's not the case. I've watched millionaires flop all the time. Yeah.
Is there anything in the school? Can I ask about, because when guys go to the NFL, and I'm assuming the WNBA, when women get drafted to the WNBA, they always have experts helping the rookies, right?
Yeah.
Helping the rookies. And some of them is financial planning. Some of them is that. Is there anything like that in the wrestling world right now?
Kind of right now with the wrestling world, it's more just like you're kind of an independent contractor. So it's kind of I really feel it's weird because at the indie level, it's like everyone's just trying to pull you down and that. But at the top level, man, they're all in the same mission in the same game. So it's like, it's kind of like AA baseball, if that makes sense. At this level, there's not really that, but the knowledge of the business or whatnot is kind of where you have to go. If you're going to a wrestling school, you have to understand who your trainer was trained by, what has he done, and if it's like you would never take advice from someone who's not doing it.
Pedigree. They have to have a pedigree?
Yeah.
Like they've been, like what I'm saying, you got to have somebody that's actually been in the wrestling game.
100%.
Okay. Hey, this seems like a really good time to take a break. My brother did mention this. We were talking about merch, so we'll stop here. When we come back, I'm going to ask him about what the heck is this. I hope it's not for a drug test. How do we get a hold of you and get our tickets for the upcoming December 13th, 7th anniversary?
7th anniversary show. The biggest thing would be just to look us up on Facebook, Devotion Championship Wrestling, Instagram, X. We've always are posting every other hour, just promoting that show. The ticket links are there. You can purchase them there. You can purchase them through Venmo. But just follow us on social media. You'll have all the details you would need.
All right, we're going to come back and continue our conversations, not only to promote the 7-year anniversary, but, if you're looking to be a wrestler or maybe you want to be a manager, this might be the closest thing for you, and it might open doors for the big platforms. Enjoy Full Circle Boys, free 99. We'll be right back. Talofa, welcome back. We are talking to the one, the only Manny Lemons. Bite the power, bite the sour, feel the power. See, that's why it's not my say. It's his say. But here shortly, I think you will be able to drink the power.
Yes, sir.
And then taste the sour. Tell me about, we just talked a little bit about merchandise and how important it is to market yourself. With a name like Manny Lemons, oh my gosh, why hasn't it taken us this long to get to Lemonade? Tell me about what's going on.
I tell you, man, like I said, like when I was doing the merchandise game, you're always trying to think of different ways and different maneuvers. Dark Prime Apparel is my main sponsor for all my merchandise and whatnot. Yeah. And Jason there kind of came up with the idea of like, why don't you try selling lemonade? And I'm like, It won't work, bro. You know, like I'm not gonna do it. He's like, let's just try it and see if it works. So we made 10 lemonades. Within the first show that we did, they sold out within the first 10 minutes of doors opening up.
You know me, I'm an idea guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, I love you. You know you're my boy, right?
Yeah.
You're already being sponsored by Kush Cube. Why not make a Manny Lemons cube?
Hey, Ryan, you listening?
Did you think about that yet?
No, that's a good idea.
See, that's why when we get together, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, bite the sour, feel the power. Manny Lemons, Kush Cube.
Kush Cube.
See, now I'm just saying.
You're pretty good at that.
Just saying.
Tag match.
Only for people that I care about.
That's fair. Respect.
Only for people I care about. I'm serious. Ryan, I care about you too. Just pay me. Anyway. Nah, he's a good dude. Hustler. Thank you for sponsoring DCW, especially my man Manny Lemons. But tell me about, because everybody's had lemonade, I want to hear your pitch after the show. How do you sell to your fans your lemonade? And is it called just Manny Lemons? It's
Manny Lemons Lemonade.
Okay, sell it to me. I want to hear your pitch.
It's the man, the brand, the king of the lemonade stand here live selling lemonade land, baby.
I'll take a case.
But
you know what? You can put tequila in it. Or any adult beverage and then make it spicy.
I mean, that's sometimes how I sell it. I'm just kidding.
Allegedly.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, you know, they're big sellers there for that.
Okay, look, check this out. You said you came out, you had 10, and it sold, right?
Yeah.
And you haven't really put any thought into the cover, the look of it. So imagine when I'm sure you already did, you put all that stuff into it, it might go even faster.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what we're working on now to get all done by the 13-year anniversaries, to have something really a little bit more official, because at first you could tell, like, it's just my sticker and my saying on the bottle. We want to add a little bit more flavor to it and show it's a little bit more marketable, because now it is something that is a seller, and we can make profit off this thing. So
yeah. Man, I always think about the sour too. You know, those Sour Patch?
Yeah.
Bro, I could just see you doing those commercials where you bite into one and you just see colors come out.
Dude.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
There's got to be something like that where we can, bite into a lemon.
Bite into sour, get the power. Yeah. Hey, Sour Patch, you hear this?
We're just trying to give y'all some $1 million ideas if you want to pay us for it.
Just throwing it out there.
Let's talk 7-year anniversary. Anybody that hasn't been paying attention, they'll look and they'll say, 7 years? What does the first year look like? Take us all the way back to year one, if you wouldn't mind, the humble beginnings, and how proud are you to have existed this long, as Jacob working for his wife Rachel? How does that feel for you?
It's a blessing to be at this point in this stage with it, because when we first started, everyone gave us 2 shows. We're celebrating 7 years. And I'm talking about 7 years of running a show at least once a month. Now we're running multiple shows on a monthly basis, you know. Year one is obviously the trial year, you know what I mean? I don't really know the community of Utah, because I left Utah wrestling and, I haven't wrestled in 2 years, so I'm really kind of starting from the ground. The only thing I had was the credibility, because at that time I did work for Ring of Honor, I did work for Impact. So a lot of people are like, well, people don't know what you're buying what you're selling unless they know who you are. You know what I mean? Right. Like if they're a nobody, no one's going to buy what you're selling. So that created a little bit of legitimacy behind what we're doing. And then I think I always say this on pretty much every podcast. It's like after show 2, bro, it showed that we're here to stay. When we had Cepha come out for the first time,
yes.
We had Tombstone, we had all these guys that are coming back, and it really showed that this community really needs.
Did you say Tombstone Jesus?
Yeah, Tombstone.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that name in forever, bro.
He's
back.
He's doing shows.
But he's still working.
Yeah, he's still wrestling.
Holy cow, that is a name I haven't heard in a while.
We did Game Changer in Vegas during WrestleMania weekend. That's the last time I seen him, but always a good guy,
Yeah, no, he gets good bumps. That's a industry lingo there, guys. Yeah, he gets a good bump for the crowd. Wow, that name just caught me off guard, man. You went with some really big names.
Yeah. Well, even going to the 1-year anniversary, and you were there.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's very special to have you back on the 7-year show, because as a host, because you were the commissioner, you were the voice of devotion. We got to bring that back.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
A little nostalgic to it.
It sounds like I didn't screw it up too bad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No, I think the only reason why we had to stop is because we signed with CW30 and you were with Fox. You know what I mean? It was a conflict of interest with that. We've had nothing but love love for each other all these years.
Had a good day.
But that 1 year show, man, we had Vince Russo, remember the head writer of WWE, come in.
Gosh.
And he really started writing.
He really helped us. I
produced.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
We really did some good things on the 1 year anniversary. Oh my gosh. Yes, I was a commissioner at one time. I don't know if they want me back. But I've never, here's the thing about wrestling. If you're a fan, you will always be a fan. That's what I realized. Somebody said to me, do you still watch wrestling? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I still follow the storylines. And every time when I'm doom scrolling, I always stop to see what is going on. Who is battling who? What new matches are going on? Speaking of new match, I wanted to ask you, could we ever do an electric cage match?
Ooh, that sounds a little fun.
You know, like the cows.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they tried that one time, and I don't think it really worked. I think the cage didn't turn on and stuff, so I don't think anyone's really tried it again. But
cage didn't
I'm
turn on.
always for trying everything once. So it doesn't work, you know. You don't know if you like it unless you try it. So, but I think that'd be pretty cool. I do want to get a cage for us eventually. Do have a cage match. You know?
I was about to ask, how come we haven't seen a cage match? I'm sure legalities. I don't know.
It's really just
walk me through it.
It's just the logistics of it, man. It's having a 18 by 18 cage. Where the heck am I going to store this thing? You know, our training center is only like, you know, it's not much bigger than the studio here, you know, just a little bit more ceiling height, you know? So it's like, it's the logistics of it. But I think with this show that we have coming up, the goal is to really elevate the game and, you know, transcend it to levels we've never seen before. That's including upping the training center. That's including maybe going to buy a building. You know what I mean? That's a lot of those things.
Is the Masonic temple, is it big enough for a cage match?
Oh, yeah.
What?
That thing's a beautiful. I'm excited for that one.
Is it a different insurance policy?
No,
because with
wrestling,
I just asked
because we're theatrics. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, the cage is a prop. You know, it's a prop.
No, it's not. People get hurt there, Manny. We're really going to electrify people. Gosh,
but that's the beautiful thing about WWE doing. I don't know if you've seen the Unreal on Netflix.
I did.
I don't know if I told you this, but one of the main reasons why they're doing that is because we're trying to get wrestling an Emmy. You know what I'm saying? And now where we pull the curtain back, we kind of expose the business and whatnot. That's the main reason why they're doing it. And because of the Netflix deal, boom, WWE's on ESPN. The whole thing is just blowing up, man.
You know what? That was you actually brought it up sooner. I was going to ask you about what it is about WWE and Netflix. And it seems like they put steroids on the dang thing. I didn't think it was going to work. I promise you. I saw that going live on that. Heck, no, ain't nobody going to. I can't.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's easy pickings.
Yep. And that's the thing with, like, if you notice, that's the WWE kind of set the trend now, because now you're getting NFL starting to go to that. You're getting NBAs that's fishing around for a streaming device.
No, here's the one thing we got to give props where props are due. Vince McMahon is a smart businessman. You know, now that he's not the face of WWE, he's sitting back plotting all these darn things that just seem to work, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're still talking to my man. Look, if you want to taste the power, because it's very, very sour, how do we get a hold of your lemonade, my man?
Lemonade. Social media is obviously the biggest platform for us, man. So follow me at Manny Lemons on Instagram, Facebook.
How many calories?
Well, I think I did the light sugar because I'm trying to watch my girlish figure. So we'll say there's about 20 calories.
20 calories, yeah. But lots of zing.
Lots of zest.
All right. We'll be right back with my man, Manny Lemons. Enjoy Christmas is Everywhere. Music, travel, love. You're a sponsored athlete now.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It is Everyday People, Buddha's Lounge under Everyday People. My guest, one of my good friends, Manny Lemons, a giant in the wrestling industry here in Utah. A lot of people say that Utah is the back door to Hollywood. He's the side door, back door, front door to wrestling. If you want to get to WWE, AEW, or if you want to be a referee, that's where I want to go. Ken, do you have a school for referee? I know you have a school for wrestlers. What if I just wanted to ref?
Yeah, it's the same thing. We train refs, we train managers, we train personnel, commentary.
But I don't want to be involved in the wrestling because I see sometimes refs get hit sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, with the reffing, obviously there's not really too much physical contact. We kind of run them through like the roles, and we kind of want to teach them to bump just so that way they're familiar with it. Because there's a situation in storylines where it's like the ref's going to get knocked out. He's just got to learn how to take the fall safely, if that makes sense,
Wait, what's my job description? At some point, you're going to get knocked out.
At some point, if you watch WWE, Charles Robinson's getting blown up left and right. All those memes of him running.
I'm so sorry. That's right. I take it all back. Sorry.
But yeah,
right.
But it's like you said though, man. This is the one thing about the wrestling school that I'm so blessed to say is like I can actually help now. And it's been so long since I've been able to say that, like the connections and the sacrifice and everything that I did. Bro, I can make one phone call to any one of these guys, say, take a look at this person. I'm not going to do that just for anybody.
Right.
You got to put in the work. You got to put in the grind. You know me, man. I'm never going to ask my students to do something that I want to do my freaking self.
Yes.
And that's part of the grind. It's like this weekend, I went to SmackDown in Denver. SmackDown, I've had a red eye to Atlanta, wrestled in Atlanta, had a red eye home, did the show on Sunday. It's like the rock star lifestyle, and a lot of people aren't really willing to give that up, give their weekends up for that. And that's the problem with wrestling is that it's like you have to go all in on this. If you go half-ass with it, you're gonna get half-ass results.
But also, you're not just doing it for your company, Devotion Championship Wrestling. It's you got as a wrestler, you really got to be about your self-promotion,
100%.
right? I know that for sure. All the years we've been together and watched, I've learned so much from you. Not if it's your name. What's the old saying? If you put your name on it, act like you put your name on it, right?
100%.
Your hustle's got to change because you put your name on it. So I appreciate that.
And that's where it's like with the school and devotion and whatnot. It's like if I'm going to do this, we're going to give it everything we got, and we're going to go all in.
Since we're talking about the school, let's talk about these students. What does the next, the new incoming, the influx of wrestlers look like? What does the school look like?
That's what excites me, bro. Because I think last time we were talking about it, it's like sometimes with wrestling you attract a lot of fans and stuff, not really have the aesthetics of it. This new class and wave of people, bro, it's a completely resurgence of it. We got Jace who just graduated from Farmington High School, and he's an actual legit grapple wrestler, and he's got a good body on him. He's only 18 years old.
Jeez.
And so you see a kid like that who's getting the knowledge and the training of what I built, because like everything I have, I got it from someone else. It's not like I just created this thing and just decided I want power. No, I'm doing what's best for the industry. So when these kids come to you like Jace, we have Country Big Baxton Country.
Like that guy, bro.
He's dude. That guy has charisma like you've never seen. So seeing someone like that come in the industry, also have an athletic background, wrestling and football. You have Hunter, who's a sports background as well. He comes in looking like a body guy.
Is that the underwear model? Is that the guy? Okay.
You heard that story, yeah?
No, I was like, man, that's got to be the guy Manny told me about. That's got to be him right there.
Yeah, definitely him. But then you like include that with like we have a new student, Lorena. I think you've met. She's now the new voice of DCW, and really it just became a sin. We had one ring announcer leave. We had another one, a spot open up. We had FanX. We had all these tryouts, and she was the one that took the ball and ran with it. And she's doing a phenomenal job with all the promoting and all the equity. Like that's what it takes to be a star. It's an everyday battle, everyday thing going on. But this new class, man, really excites me because now it's like the one thing I've always been told by the WWE, you need 5 Manny Lemons here. We got 5 Manny Lemons now. It's time to freaking go. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks because it's like, when I'm the only guy doing that, no, these kids are hungry and they want it. Let's freaking go, man.
Is it, in this new age, how important is it to have a finishing move? I go back. I was just watching some clips from the old days. Afa and Sika, they had the Samoan backdrop, right? Yeah. I saw the Ultimate Warrior. Even The Rock with his people's elbow, right? How important is it to have a finishing move, or do you need to worry about that right now?
Oh, I think that's one of the most important things of the story. Because here's the thing: when it comes to the actual wrestling match, you can have hiccups during the match. You cannot mess up the finish. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with like your wrestling move, because if you do that, then everything we just did before that they don't believe it anymore. We expose the business and the story. So if you don't have a good finishing move, because like, for example, Triple H pedigree, right? You go to WWE to watch Triple H hit the pedigree. John Cena, attitude adjustment.
Yes.
It's their persona. It's part of their character. It's their gimmick. It's who they are.
If they don't do it, it's like I didn't. It was a horrible movie.
Yeah. You feel let down in a sense. So like, I think it's one of the most crucial things in the industry. Obviously, you got to learn the basics first before we get to that. But like, I think when the minute you walk into a wrestling school, your ideas and your mind should be turning at all levels.
Jeez. And there's no wrong answers.
No, not at all.
Just got to work it.
Yeah. That's the thing, is there's so many flavors of ice cream when it comes to wrestling. It's like Manny Lemons has to be different from Andrew Sowell, because if we're doing the same dang thing, same move set, same finisher, then what are we doing?
What are we doing here, bro?
What story are we telling?
Yeah. I love the great insight into the business. If I could ask you, because this is the part that I don't know if anybody ever talks about, maybe just a little bit. We all have moms. We all have people that care about us who don't care if it's real or not. All they see is that their kids getting hit, whatever. How much of that do you have to deal with, especially with this new crop of wrestlers coming in, talking to their parents and trying to explain to them that although it is not real, it is still physical. That's why Tommy has a bruise. Are you dealing with any of that?
Dude, obviously I watch every show we do. I'll be out the crowd for some of these matches, and it's so funny to hear like the parents' mom like screaming at the bad guy, because they're like, and you could sense it because it's a real scream,
Yeah.
And it's like it's more common than not. But even when my second ever match, dude, my dad was yelling at the wrestler, and I'm like, Dad, this is part of the script. You can't do that, So it's more common than not. And a lot of with these new guys, it's like just trying to educate them. It's really just educating them. You know what I mean? It's like, look, yes, you don't want to see your baby boy get beat up, but like, I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just part of the story. Like, I have to get beat, because if I'm always going out there winning, where do we go from there? You know what I mean? Like the baby face needs the sympathy to go build back up after the heel. The heel is the one that tears everything down, tears the baby face down, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that, and it's funny to see.
It just always hit my mind, like when I saw the youngins come in, I'm like, oh, you're just a baby, and I saw the mom just hanging out, like, you okay?
Yeah.
You okay? And I'm like, they don't understand the business side of it, and I'm not poo-pooing a mom, like, oh,
No.
she's still being a mom,
It's just wrestling. It's like I said, here, especially here in Utah, it's never really been done before. So it's like a lot of these people don't really get that it's a dance. We're like, yes, the hips and stuff are real.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm surprised the poly mom hasn't jumped into the ring yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Has a parent ever jumped in the ring not realizing that it's a part of the show?
No, we had fans do it though. The show before you came last time, we had to have security like get a fan.
Are you serious?
Because like it was during Sowell. Sowell was just
of course.
So the guy took it a little offensive, tried hopping in the ring or whatnot. But it happens more often than not. But it's like, that's why we have to make sure our security's on hand and whatnot to protect our guys. So.
Yeah, apologies, your mom has jumped in. Excuse me, pardon me. I apologize. That would be the one for the books, though.
Yeah,
that would be the one for the books. I'm so grateful that you stopped by to talk to us. Here, look, let's end the last part of the show promoting the 7-year anniversary. Obviously, any business reaching a milestone like 7 years is something that is worth celebrating. Aside from the show, we'll get to what's happening in the show. What does this mean for you personally, and for the men and women that that stuck with you, that you made it this far? What does 7 years mean for you?
I always say, like, I try not to focus on the moment. I usually try to like enjoy the moment. Once it happens, accomplish it, move on to the next one. But like these last few weeks, doing the promoting and doing the thing, like seeing the things and the partnerships that we've built, with Ryan and Kush Cube and whatnot, the Plug, Platinum Toys, Dark Appeal, like all these sponsors and whatnot that I believe in this mission that I've created. It's like they see me as I'm that guy. And they see I built something that's worth of value, because like you said, 7 years is a long time.
Yeah.
And every month. So to me, it's really humbling, because it's like my objective now is to not let my people down. It's to carry it to the next level. Like, bro, I can't wrestle forever. This thing has to live on after that. And if it doesn't, then what I've been doing was for nothing. It's like, no, we're gonna leave this thing better than we found it. And I'm so blessed and happy to have this community support us, and really ready to just really take this thing to a next level. And I think it's sustainable. You know what I mean? I think it's sustainable after all this time. We can make this thing really big all the time, not just one show a year. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say I'm really proud of you, because at this moment, you've realized it a long time. I'm hearing it from you that you have to pass the mantle. At some point, you're going to have to pass the baton. My wife and I have this conversation about, when I was on my heyday at Fox, at some point, even now, you're going to have to figure out who's the next Big Buddha. Who have you built the infrastructure? Have you got something where you can hand it off to the next Big Buddha? I want to say that for you, the next Manny Lemons is safe and well in hand. Your future is bright, bro. I'm so proud of you and the things that you've done, not just for yourself in this industry, but for all the people whose dreams have been achieved and accomplished because you opened the door for them. So in closing, I want you to PR the 7-year anniversary, the titles, the lines, just like you are supposed to do it because you were meant to do it. Okay, I'm asking you an open question and you do it. What's the 7-year anniversary going to look like? How is it going down?
We're going to change the dang game, brother. I'm so blessed. 7-year anniversary live from the Masonic Temple, officially sponsored by Kush Cube. Thank you, Ryan. Got Wild Cannabis, Platinum Toys, The Plug, Dark Prime Apparel, Bullfit Fitness. We got all these big things coming out here. We have a new partnership with Fierce Fighting, who's actually in the door. And that's one of the cool things about the 7-year anniversary, bro, is that we actually have the liquor license for that night. So there will be booze available at the Masonic Temple.
It's a real party.
It's a real party. And we're going to have an after party, too. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Really cool. But I just really want to take this things to levels we've never seen it before, and it's my objective. I'm not going to stop till we get there.
What titles are on the line? What matches? Who's matched up?
So we have the main event would be myself versus Tommy Dreamer for the DCW title. But the thing about that is it's an Extreme Rules match in the Masonic Temple where that venue already looks like the old Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah.
So it's like the fan in me is like I get to wrestle Tommy Dreamer in a hardcore match in my hometown in front of my family. This is the coolest thing in the world.
It's going down.
We got the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson facing William Cutting and Andrew Sowell. We have Mark House versus Brett Boucher, the Quad Daddy, with the Quad Cutie there. We have the Case Chaos match that we just announced. We're going to have the Devotion Tag Team titles on the line, so that will be in action. So there's just a lot of moving parts. And, of course, we're doing the Anti-Bullying Award. So basically what I wanted to do every year is kind of give like what WWE gives the Warrior Award.
Yeah.
I want to give the Devoted to Bullying Award. And I tried to do this the 7-year anniversary and continue it, but I think now we're at a part where it's something sustainable.
Yeah.
But basically, we want to, if you guys know any top athletes or top students in high school, I always say seniors because I want to be a senior to get it. Yeah. Basically, if they're, stopping bullying or a good example to the community, go ahead and our application's online on our Facebook. So go ahead and fill it out and let us know because we want to give this person some spotlight and give them an award. And we want to present it in the ring with our sponsors and everything. So
I mean, it's so easy for us to highlight the Karens and the bullies and all that. But dude, that's so nice that you want to highlight the heroes, the anti-bullies. Yeah, so cool. Website that's where you would apply?
Yeah, so on our Facebook page, we dropped a post the other day about it. We'll repost it here tomorrow, but there'll be a link. There'll be a Google link in there. It doesn't have to be your child. If you know a child, obviously get your parents' permission, of course, but fill out the application. We'll be in contact. The deadline for that closes December 5th, so within a week.
Do you have to be 21 for the show coming up on the 13th or wrist ID? It's all ages show.
All ages show. We're doing a bar show the night before with Gallows and Anderson, but that's going to be at Kamikaze, so that one will unfortunately be 21 and older. Yeah. But the Masonic Temple is going to be an all age show, family friendly, not rated R or anything. So bring the whole family out. The kids will love it.
Really appreciate it. We're going to put a link on our stuff, too, so you can get access to links, so you can get the tickets, so you can get all the information. But that's all the time we got. I just want to say thank you to my man, Manny. Thank you so much for coming on, bro. Appreciate you for being a trailblazer and a light and showing my people that it's not just about football. You can also wrestle. You can also be a manager. There's so many things in the wrestling world. It's not just about being a wrestler. Nope. So thank you so much. Any last words? Any parting shots before we say goodbye?
No, I just think I need to do the catchphrase because I haven't done it on the whole show.
What catchphrase is that, sir?
You know why we're here. It's Zest of the best. You know the rest. It's the man, the brand, the king of the lemonade stand live from Buddha's Lounge, baby.
Bite the sour. Feel the power. I wish nothing but the best for you. Please don't forget us when you're rich and famous and you got all your shit together, okay? That's all the time we got. Don't forget to tune in on Friday for Everyday People Pacifica chapter. We'll be back live. Tomorrow, we're going to be live with Wild Cannabis. They're having a food drive up in Evanston, Wyoming. Everyday People, Big Buddha brand will be up there, and all of our sponsors. But we're going to take you out with one more music video, so please enjoy this. It's a voice play featuring Jay Nunn, All My Life. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Let's go.
Thank you.
Bye. Get the lemonade.